Someone draws this symbol on the floor. Two people come and stand on opposite sides of the symbol. If you would ask the person on the left what the symbol was, they would say it's a 6. If you ask the person on the right that exact same question, they would say it's a 9. Wait, how could one symbol be two completely different things? The two people realize this as well, and so they start to argue about what number it actually is. And that is the problem we have with conflicts. We don't understand. Okay, this is how it works, right? Everyone has their own values or opinions. These values or opinions are what you base your actions on. These are your reasons. With your own reasons, you want to be your own person, so you develop your own personality, so you have different preferences and views, and it makes the world full of variety. But the world is not perfect. It is not uncommon for you to be striving in completely different directions and reaching for different goals than someone else. So, being two people going in different directions, you crash into each other. And that crash, right there, that is conflict. But what happens in conflict? What do you want to do when someone else's values or opinions do not match with your own? You want to tell them that you are right. You want to prove them wrong. When everyone in a conversation does this, that is conflict. But your feelings go haywire when you try to protect your own feelings. So conflicts does end with you and other people getting hurt. You can physically get injured. You can lose a friend. You can get suspended by school. On a bigger scale, entire cities and civilizations can be and have been destroyed, all because everyone in this world is trying to prove that everyone else is wrong about something. Conflicts have been prominent in human society ever since cavemen started to fight over food. It feels instinctive in a way. But we are not cavemen anymore. We are now capable of realizing that conflicts leave everyone injured and brings little good to anyone. In a study in the US workplaces, we find that 62% of people experience psychological issues due to conflict. 29% of employees have considered quitting their jobs because of conflict, and we spend a total of 2.8 hours every week deciding who's right and who's wrong. Is this where we want to be when we grow up? This is not the best solution. So, what is? What is better? The same someone draws the same symbol on the floor. The same two people stand on the same two sides of the symbol. If you ask the person on the left what the symbol was, they would say it's a 6. If you ask the person on the right that exact same question, they would say it's a 9. Wait, how could one symbol be two completely different things? The two people realize this as well, and so they walk around to the other side. And now they realize the other person wasn't exactly wrong either. They would still recognize the symbol as what they originally saw it was, but now they will also know what the other person was talking about. This walking around to the other side, this is exactly what we need to do in conflicts. This is what's missing. This is how we prevent everyone from getting hurt. And this is called understanding. And understanding can be really useful in conflict resolution if you use it well. In fact, in that same study conducted about US workplaces, 88% of employees think that conflict resolution is a crucial skill, and 56% of managers believe that conflicts can lead to innovation and creativity. So, if you resolve conflicts well, it can bring positivity towards the community. And understanding is a very easy way to resolve conflicts. But unfortunately, it is not easy. We deal with far more complicated conflicts in real life than determining whether a symbol is 6 or 9, so we need for far more complicated solutions than just walking around to the other side. You can't just realize someone else's perspectives. There wouldn't be conflict if you did. So usually, you start understanding from their reasons, which leads to their opinions. First, most importantly, you need to cool down from your argument. Then, you analyze their words or actions. Using this evidence, you can find hints on their reasons for believing such a way. You can then implement those reasons into a scenario that has occurred to you before, so you understand the reason. Finally, bring the reason back into this scenario and ask yourself, given the current scenario, situation, conditions, what would you do? And to be honest, you would probably end up doing the same thing or thinking the same way as they would do or think. Let's input this into an example so you know what I'm talking about. Imagine a thief stealing money from your house. You think it's intolerable, someone stealing the values that you work so hard for. But then you think, why do they steal? They must be broke, bankrupt, they're desperate. Now, what would you do if you were desperate? If you were desperate for food, you wouldn't care for the type or amount of food, you would wolf it down the same. If you were desperate for sleep, you wouldn't care if you cleaned or if you changed or not, you would dive into bed the same. Now, bring it back. If you were desperate for money, you wouldn't care for the methods you used, you would try to get your hands on some the same. I mean, I'm not stopping you from calling the cops on them because thieving is socially and legally unaccepted. But that doesn't mean it is outright wrong. And I know what you're thinking. Everyone has been taught not to steal, so why am I protecting them? But if you think about it, if everyone has been taught not to use unethical ways to earn money, then why are there still thieves in the world? They are not born that way. Under some circumstance, people find it necessary to sacrifice for their own life, for their survival. And for thieves, that meant their ethics. It was a fair sacrifice for them. And so, understanding these situations can help you calm down, change your perspective, and make better decisions in them. When you are arguing with a friend, you realize to stop before things get too far. When you're trying to convince your parents about something, you realize to conform before they punish you. When a thief enters your house, you realize to call the cops and not take them on yourself because thieves can be dangerous and can leave you injured. You would soon realize that all these changes in your perspective, all these realizations, all of them, they come from understanding. People say, let's agree to disagree. I believe that can be implemented into understanding as well. Take the scenario that you just don't get what another is doing or thinking. You try to understand them, but you can't. And this can happen, right? You've been living by a certain lifestyle your whole life, and then suddenly this completely new perspective juts into your environment. You can't understand their reasons, you can't understand their opinions, it still doesn't mean that they are wrong. You just need to understand that you don't understand. And this gets really easy to use once you realize other people may feel this way towards you as well. Other people may not understand your actions. What will you want them to know? You would want them to know that you are not wrong and that it is they who need to understand. And if they can't, they need to understand that they don't understand. This world is ill. It is ill of conflicts. And we have learned to live with it. Humans, we've tried to improve a lot of our situations, but never once tried to lessen conflicts. Except there is a very easy way of doing just that. Understanding the mere concept of understanding can help us change our perspectives and make better decisions the next time we are faced with a conflict. It all comes down to a mind game. I know my speech won't reach everyone, so I encourage everyone here to spread the idea, to help people understand and to help them change. To build a more interconnected world, we need to understand each other. And if we can't, we need to understand that we don't understand. Thank you.